This right here is my free-to-play Clash Royale account where I'm not allowed to spend any money. And this right here is my pay-to-play Clash Royale account where I'm allowed to spend a lot of money. And in this video, we are going to be comparing and contrasting the two accounts. So when we compare the accounts, here are the major things that we're going to look at. Card levels, especially level 15s, tower troop levels, number of evolutions, win-loss rate, magic items, and then cosmetics. So emotes, tower skins, banners, things of that nature. Whichever account wins each category will get a point, and whichever account has the most points will win this competition. So let's go ahead and get into it and determine whether or not Clash Royale is actually pay to win. So for card levels, let's go ahead and start out with the free-to-play account. So looking at what we have in the main deck that I use, I have 6 cards that are level 15, but apart from those cards, I have a couple others that are level 15. I have the Skeleton Army, the P.E.K.K.A, and the Valkyrie. So in total, that gives me 9 level 15 cards, which honestly isn't horrible for a free-to-play account. Now, if we're looking at the rest of the levels, I have a decent number of level 14 cards. It actually kind of surprises me I have this many level 14s. In total, I have 9 of them, which is a decent number. I have 8 level 13 cards, which honestly is a decent number as well. And then of course from there, it descends from level 12 all the way down to level 11. And then my lowest level card on this account is level 10, which I have a few of those. Now with these cards, as you can see, there are a bunch that I could still upgrade that are level 10 and even a few that are up here at level 11, but I don't really feel the need to do that because I want to save my gold for the cards that I'm actually probably going to use. So honestly, we're not doing too bad on the free-to-play account at all, but as I said, I've had this account for over 2 years, so I think this kind of progression is almost expected. Now on the pay-to-play account, let's see what we got over here. So the main deck that I have on the pay-to-play account is completely maxed out, all level 15. So that's just 8 cards right there. And then if we look beyond that, we have 4 more cards that are level 15 as well. So that means we have 12 level 15 cards, and that already beats our free-to-play account, which is absolutely insane because as I've said, I've only played on this account for like 14 days in total. Now, where the free-to-play account does have the advantage is with overall card levels, because there are tons of low-level cards on this account just because I haven't bothered to upgrade them. One of my main goals with the pay-to-play account was to see how fast I could max out one deck, and with doing that, I pretty much haven't focused on any of the other cards at all, except I do have some upgrades on the Wizard and the Valkyrie. And then these other 4 level 15 cards, I upgraded them purely just for the sake of XP and getting to King Tower level 15. That is it. So we have a really interesting dilemma here because the free-to-play account actually wins in terms of total card levels, but the pay-to-play account wins in terms of level 15s. So in this case, what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to give 1 point to each. I feel like that's pretty fair, to be honest. Next, we are on to category 2, which is for tower troop levels. So looking at tower troops on my free-to-play account, it is not looking that great. We have the Princess Tower and the Cannoneer both at level 14, the Dagger Duchess is at level 12, and the Royal Chef is at level 10. Now once again, I could upgrade the Royal Chef and the Dagger Duchess, but I don't use either of those, so I'm not going to. But then again, I also don't use the Cannoneer, so why is it even level 14? Maybe I used it at some point in the past when it was good? I don't know, but I pretty much exclusively use the Princess Tower over here. But again, this honestly isn't terrible, especially considering tower troops are a relatively new feature. They've only been in the game for a little over a year at this point. Now, looking at the pay-to-play account, it's actually looking a lot worse over here. One thing I did forget to mention though is that my Princess Tower is level 15 over here, so that is an additional level 15 card. But then looking at the rest, it is not looking great at all. The Cannoneer is level 6, the Duchess is level 9, and the Royal Chef is level 9 as well. As you can see, I've never even touched them to get rid of the new icons. So I've never used anything except the Princess Tower. So for tower troop levels, the free-to-play account actually wins. So we are going to give it 1 point. So next up, we are on to evolutions, and this one is going to be really interesting. So looking at the free-to-play account, I actually have a decent number of evolutions over here. We got Mega Knight, P.E.K.K.A, Valkyrie, Firecracker, Lumberjack, Barbarians, Knight, Archers. Then we also have a few more. We have Bats, we have Royal Giant, and then we have Mortar. So that is 11 in total. And then I actually have, let me show you, 5 more wild shards, so we're only 1 shard away from having 12 evolutions. Then there's also this community event going on where you get a free evolved bomber. We don't have that yet, but we're gonna get it. So 11 evolutions for a free-to-play account is honestly pretty good, I would say. But the pay-to-play account is an entirely different story. In this account, it's more of a case of which evolutions do I not have? So the evolutions I don't have are Giant Snowball, Dart Goblin, Executioner, Hunter, and Witch. So only 5. So on the pay-to-play account, I have 27 evolutions in total. That is an absurd number. Now again, one of my goals on this account was to get every single evolution in the entire game, and I am still working on that. I still gotta get a few more. But to have 27 evolutions from 14 days worth of playing, that's pretty insane. That's actually very insane. But again, keep in mind, this was not free. This took a major dent in my bank account. Use code SolarFury, by the way, if you would like to help out with replenishing my bank account just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, of course, this one was going to be obvious. The point easily goes to the pay-to-play account. So next up, we're going to be looking at the win-loss rate between the two accounts and seeing which account actually has a higher win percentage. So looking at this will be really interesting because it can determine if Clash Royale is actually a pay-to-win game. So let's go ahead and take a look. So here we are on Royale API with my free-to-play account, and we're going to take a look at my stats to see what we're looking at. So this is actually really interesting to look at. When looking at the wins and losses on my free-to-play account, I actually have a pretty dang high win rate. I have won 1,600 battles and lost around 600, meaning my win percentage is a little bit over 72% and a loss percentage of 27%, almost 28%. That's actually really dang good. With the absolute horrors that I have experienced in mid-ladder on the trophy road, to have a 72% win rate, that is pretty dang good. But now let's go ahead and look at the pay-to-play account and see where this is. Okay, so it's actually pretty dang staggering if we're looking at it. Now, it is a much smaller sample size, again, because it's only 14 days worth of Clash Royale, but 332 wins and only 14 losses, meaning it is a dang near 96% win rate. That is insane. So based on this numbers, this point obviously goes to the pay-to-play account, and it confirms my suspicions that Clash Royale is a pay-to-win game. But I mean, come on, we already knew that. I mean, that's been apparent ever since the game came out 9 years ago. Yeah, things haven't changed a bit. They've only gotten worse, in fact. So next up, we are going to look at the magic item inventories of these two accounts. This, of course, includes wildcards, books, elite wildcards, evolution shards, all that good stuff. So looking at the free-to-play account, I have a pretty solid inventory over here, I'm not gonna lie. We have a good amount of each wildcard, including 4 champion wildcards, which is nice. We have 2 books on deck, with that being a rare book and an epic book. Good bit of card boost potions, as I showed earlier, 5 evolution shards, and then 82,000 elite wildcards, which is a pretty dang good number. I will be spending those in the next free-to-play episode. So for a free-to-play account, this is a pretty dang good inventory, and it's making me realize that I actually have to spend a lot of these magic items. I am slacking. And then on the pay-to-play account, I actually have no idea what this looks like because I haven't checked this in ages, but yeah, that's a lot of magic items. Oh my gosh. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. We have over 55,000 common wildcards. Yes, that is a real number. Then we are over the limit for rare and epic wildcards. We have 11 legendary wildcards, 9 champion wildcards as well. Now, what's really interesting is that apart from that, and then the card boost potions, which I have 32 of, the free-to-play account is actually winning. I only have 1 epic book over here. I don't have anything else. And I only have 53,000 elite wildcards. And then 0 wild shards. I have none. So that's really interesting. It's actually pretty dang close. So ultimately, with it being close, I am tempted to make it a tie and give each account a point, but I just don't think I can do that, and there is one thing that is stopping me from doing it, and that just has to be the 55,000 common wildcards. I mean, you cannot rival that. So at the end of the day, another point goes to the pay-to-play account. And then last but certainly not least, we are going to be comparing cosmetics between the two accounts. So we're actually going to stay on the pay-to-play account to start with this one because it is actually pitiful. You see, we have a few emotes. We have 14 in total. We have a couple exclusive ones from the past Royales, and we have this barbarian one from a community event, which I guess is okay. In terms of tower skins, we have 1, We have 1. And then banners are lacking as well. We have 5 decorations and then 4 banners. Now, a lot of this, again, is due to this account only having been played for 14 days and just not really having the opportunity to collect cosmetics. But even with that being the case, this is an absolutely pitiful cosmetic selection. I mean, the tower skin screen is just so pitiful to look at. That is embarrassing. But the free-to-play account, on the other hand, is much better to look at. As you can see, we have a much bigger emote collection. We have 56 emotes over here. A very, very sizable collection. Very nice indeed. Even a few exclusive ones in here as well. I did spend 1,000 gems on that emote. Was it stupid? Probably, but I still did it. Looking at tower skins, we have a decent number of these as well. We have 11 of them in total if you count the classic one. And then looking at banners, we have 54 decorations, which is quite a big number. And then 55 frames as well. So well over 100 total banner items. So for this category, the free-to-play account wins by a landslide. And to probably no one's surprise at all, the pay-to-play account takes the crown and wins this duel. This confirms our suspicions that Clash Royale is indeed a pay-to-win game, but I think we already knew that. Nothing new was learned from this video. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Anyway, I just thought it would be fun to compare and contrast the two accounts. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like. I'd appreciate it. And if you are new here, then please be sure to subscribe as well. Be sure to check out both the free-to-play and pay-to-play series. I'm sure you will enjoy both of them. But that's going to be it for me, and I'll see you all in the next video.